Did Too Short diss Kevin Samuels? Oh shit! Oh man.
Boss. I'm a boss. Big boss, and you know it's real talk.
Yo, so it's a podcast, Big Facts. So Big Banks started a podcast called Big Facts. And on Big Facts, his co-host is DJ Scream, and they have this female Baby Jade. So it's them three. So basically it's a Bay Area version of the Breakfast Club, so two dudes and a chick or whatnot. Big Banks, DJ Scream, and Baby Jade. So this podcast, they've been inviting, a lot of people. They had Pimpin' Ken on there a few months back. So recently, Big Facts invited Too Short on. And so when Too Short was on the podcast, Big Facts, DJ Scream had asked Too Short about Kevin Samuels. Like, what did he think about Kevin Samuels' philosophy or whatnot, And so Too Short gave an answer, right?
We got some news about Kevin Samuels passing away. How you feel about his philosophy and the stuff that he said in the game what he was kicking?
I don't know the whole journey. All I know is the recent clickbait.
Right.
So I can't get to the gist of where it came from and what it was. I don't know. It sounded like some pimping, but then it sounded real like, anti-female. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah. Because Pimpin' Ken was saying he called it mispimping.
Exactly.
That's what Pimpin' Ken said.
I was reading the quotes and I'm like, I don't know what this pimping is, but
he sounded slightly angry.
It was hateful. It was hateful, and I'm like, the last thing you want to do to get a hold of hope for you is be super hateful. You know what I mean? You gotta finesse it. So I don't know. Maybe he had a background in like some serious guerrilla pimping. Bitch, I'll kill you if you don't hoe. I don't know. I don't know the story, so I can't really put an opinion on it.
So many words. Too Short was like, I don't really follow him like that. I don't know about him like that. I don't watch a lot of his content. Only thing I really know about him is from the sound bites and a little clickbait as of late recently. So I don't really watch a lot of his content and look at all of his get down. I just know of him through the little clickbait sound bites. And so going from that, he said that it does sound hateful. It sounds hateful to women. I'm like, wow. So then, of course, the female that was on this side, Baby Jade, she was chiming in and all this kind of stuff, talking about, well, yeah, it's kind of mean. It sounds mean. And then Too Short was just like, well, far as like the game, for as macking and the game and stuff like that, when you trying to manipulate a female or get a woman to do what you want her to do for you, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you got to talk nice to her, you know what I'm saying? You got to tell her sweet nothings, tell her what she want to hear or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Basically you get more bees with honey than vinegar type of deal. Selling dreams, fake nothings and all this type of stuff. And while all that is technically true, that's not what Kevin Samuels was about. Kevin Samuels was not about selling dreams and trying to manipulate and all this whole kind of stuff. And even when Big Facts and DJ Scream had Pimpin' Ken on there, and DJ Scream asked Pimpin' Ken the same question.
Wait, I know you're familiar. Have you ever checked out Kevin Samuels?
The
high value man.
Talk about the value, the women and stuff like that.
Do you feel like he kicking pimping or just his opinions, or what do you think?
Do you even agree with him at all?
Yeah, what do you think he's doing?
Let me tell you something, man.
Because he say certain stuff like if a woman a certain age, she's of less value. A woman with her child is less value. A woman who doesn't have a certain amount of money shouldn't go for a person with more money. His philosophies.
Well, pimping in square life is like as far as the moon from the sun. So what we would call that mispimping. And mispimping ain't no pimping at all. Because a lot of things, you got to remember with the pimp, it's all about the purse first, ass last. You see what I'm saying?
Pimpin' Ken answered, from the mind frame of a pimp. And that makes sense. So, no shade, to Pimpin' Ken, Because, Pimpin' Ken, he knows one way. Pimpin' Ken is a pimp. You ask him anything, he's going to come at it in a pimp mind frame. So Pimpin' Ken spoke on Kevin Samuels, and this was months ago. This was before Kevin Samuels passed, though, too. So let that be known. And so he was just like, well, to me, that's Miss Pimpin'. You know what I'm saying? That's Miss Pimpin'. And so, interesting, Pimpin' Ken and Too Short was basically on the same vibe, whereas if you want to get a woman to do what you want her to do, basically you got to tell her what she want to hear, basically. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk nice, got to talk sweet, tell her sweet nothings to manipulate her to get in her mind. You know what I'm saying? What they say, if you control the mind, then the body will follow. So Pimpin' Ken said on Kevin Samuels' method, he said it's Miss Pimpin'. And but the whole thing, Kevin Samuels never said he was a pimp. Kevin Samuels was not about pimping. In fact, Kevin Samuels, contrary to popular belief, was always trying to hook up black families. He was trying to hook up black women with black men. Matter of fact, not trying. On his Facebook page, Kevin Samuels repeatedly has said that he had got dozens of couples together, black couples. You know what I'm saying? Basically a matchmaker. Kevin Samuels, you could say he was like the Cupid, but the Cupid without the bow and arrow. Maybe he was a Cupid with the mallet. Hit you over the head. He gave you that tough talk. He gave you that real talk. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin Samuels was about bridging the gap, bringing women and men together. But the problem was the resistance from the women's side. That was the whole point, because the women were delusional. Here it is, they think that they can be 300 pounds, have 3 to 5 kids, different baby daddies, but then they expect to get the most top elite men. And all Kevin Samuels was trying to do was bring them back to reality, right? Bring them back to reality. And when you watch the show, that most of the time, Kevin Samuels wasn't just mean or rude for the sake of. It was many a times that Kevin Samuels had nice dialogues with women and females and whatnot. But the ones who got mouthy and rude, Kevin had to smoke. He would clown you and then he would hang up on you and say, what? Don't overtalk me. Ha ha. Man, may he forever rest in peace. Said, don't overtalk me on my show, young lady. So it wasn't about just being hateful and being mean and being rude and all this old kind of stuff. The man had a mission. Kevin Samuels' job was trying to connect black men and black women for marriage, okay? Marriage, not even hookup sex, marriage. He was trying to build black families. But the way the media, Malcolm X said it best. Malcolm X said a long time ago, he said the media is the most powerful weapon in the world. They can make a bad man seem good and a good man seem bad. So depending on the noise that you get in from the media, you know what I'm saying? So when Too Short's talking about, he said he started off, I don't really follow him. I'm not really familiar with his content. The only thing I know is the sound bites that I've been hearing. And let's be real. What kind of sound bites has been all on the internet for the most part? Shout out to the Kevin Samuels supporters and defenders like Dennis Berlin, like Osei Jackson, like many others, and myself. Shout out to the Kevin Samuels defenders, defending his legacy on a man who's passed and can't defend himself right now. Shout out to them. But let's be real. If we look at the ratio, there's a lot of Kevin Samuels hate still going on now. I was strolling through my feed. I'm not even going to say some of these channels' names, but you got these channels, mostly female-related channels, still hating on Kevin Samuels now. So that makes sense if you look at it in the context. Somebody walking in nilly-willy, not knowing the flavor of the Kool-Aid, and all they getting is sound bites, you know what I'm saying? They get little clips, and they probably get, the compilation clips of the most savage moments, right? Buy a dog and die alone. It can kind of sound away, right? It probably could sound away if you didn't know the context. So I don't even hold that against Short Dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he started it off. He said, look, I don't really know the situation. I don't know the content. I don't follow the content. All I've been hearing is sound bites, you know what I'm saying? And from what I'm hearing, it do sound hateful. Boom. Okay, whatever. And then even then, I would have to say, let this be known on some other shit, though. People can have an opinion, though, too. Everybody don't have to agree. You know, we can agree to disagree. People can have a different opinion. This is still America. So everybody don't got to agree 100% the same. You know what I'm saying? But there's no reason to be disrespectful, though, too. You know what I'm saying? Even if you disagree, we can agree to disagree and walk our separate ways. And so I don't think Too Short was disrespectful, first of all. And even when he said his comment, if it sounds hateful, then it sounds hateful. Shit, it is what it is. But at the same time, I really think if somebody sat him down and he really looked at Kevin Samuels' content, that, you know what I'm saying, he may have a different opinion. So shout out to the rappers who did take time to sit down with Kevin Samuels, like T.I., Tip, King of the South. T.I. got a podcast too. And instead of just, you know what I'm saying, asking other people asinine type questions, T.I. had Kevin Samuels on his show.
Online dating is giving us a lot of information. Black women rate looks higher than any other group.
Black women rate looks higher.
Looks and height.
Looks and height,
man. So and your money. I show last night. I had a woman. You'd be amazed at how many women would not be willing to accept men who are blue collar, even if they made more money.
What,
brother? This goes deep. So
is it about the money? Or is it about the look?
It's about how her friends will perceive her man.
It's about how her friends will perceive her man.
It all comes back home.
Ladies, say this shit ain't so.
Say it ain't so.
Somebody come in here and say this shit ain't so. So ladies, please.
T.I. was asking Kevin Samuels direct questions. So shout out to the rappers who took time to get to know the man and not just go from sound bites. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's so much negativity, you know, in the air, in the airways or whatnot. So I still don't hold that against Short Dog, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end, you know, he ended his statement on that the same way he started. He said, I don't really know a lot about it, so I can't really speak on it. And that's the proper way. That's how you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? If you really don't have all the information, if you don't know the flavor of the Kool-Aid, a lot of times it's best not to speak on stuff. You know what I'm saying? So no, Too Short did not technically hate on Kevin Samuels. It is what it is. So shout out to Too Short, man. Too Short still the GOAT. And I would just say, you know, now that you know that Kevin Samuels has passed, if you have time, you know what I'm saying, to go back and look at some of Kevin Samuels' content, and you really see that Kevin Samuels was so the culture, and you know he wasn't calling women and females bitches and hoes and all this kind of stuff. Kevin Samuels was trying to bring black women and men together in marriage. He was trying to build black families, and that's what we need. But the problem was a lot of the black women were resistant on the large population pool of men that's available to them, because in their delusional mind, they think they want that millionaire. And Kevin Samuels like, no, you don't qualify for that. Get a man on your own level. So that's what it is. I'm not going to belabor the point. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Big Boss, Real Talk. You know the channel. And yeah, that's what it is. Big Boss, Real Talk. Oakland. Hey.